everybody, Teresa here. So this is the second video where I answer some common questions about intuitive eating, and last week I posted the first video where I answered already some questions. So if you haven't seen that video, then please check it out. But today we're gonna continue with the same thing, so stay tuned. And if you want to know more about recovery, please check out my book, Everything I Did to Fully Recover from My Eating Disorder. And also on my website I have a few online courses about recovery, how to go through it step by step. All links will be in the description. And please like this video and also subscribe to my channel. And now let's get started with today's video. So the first question about intuitive eating that I will answer is, isn't it unhealthy to eat whatever you want? In intuitive eating, when we talk about eating whatever you want, it doesn't mean that you will eat only junk food for the rest of your life if you're given permission to eat whatever. So food habituation studies have been done with foods like potato chips, pizza and chocolate, and what they found was that if people are given access to food, unconditional access, free access to eat those foods however much they want every day, then over time people lost interest in those foods. Those foods became less exciting and they became neutral. But if you are a dieter, or you're just coming from dieting or disordered eating or an eating disorder where you have restricted and eliminated or tried to limit so many foods, and now with intuitive eating you finally give yourself permission to eat whatever you want, then of course you will most likely gravitate to the foods you have restricted the most. But as you continue to eat those foods and eat enough calories and focus on other aspects of recovery as well, then over time those foods will start to normalize as the food habituation effect will kick in. And also, it's a big misconception that intuitive eating doesn't care about health or nutrition at all. And actually in the book Intuitive Eating, here is a whole chapter about gentle nutrition. But the chapter about gentle nutrition is the last chapter for a reason. Because if you start to worry about the nutrition or health in a too early stages of your recovery, when you still have this disordered mindset and diet mindset, then you will take something like nutrition and health and you will make it into another diet. Because in this book, Before the Gentle Nutrition, there are like 9 other chapters, 9 other steps to intuitive eating, like reject the diet mentality, challenge the food police, make peace with food, make peace with your body. If you really heal from that diet culture mindset first, then you can take something like nutrition and add it into your diet and it won't feel restrictive in any way. So let's take the next question. There surely is a point when you have to stop yourself from eating, right? I understand it can be so hard to imagine that you can just stop eating when full and do it without any effort or willpower. I totally understand this, and I remember thinking about this exact same thing and being in disbelief. Because in my eating disorder, I totally forgot like how to eat normally, how to eat when hungry, stop when full. I just couldn't even imagine it. Like, how can it be possible? I came from bulimia, I came from binge eating, overeating. I had so many cravings. I always felt that I have to be very, very full to be satisfied. I couldn't believe that some people can just stop eating when they're comfortably full and genuinely not want more food. I thought that they just had to be lying about it, and I couldn't see how this would be possible for me. But yet this is totally possible, and now I can also stop eating when I'm comfortably full, and I no longer want to binge eat, I don't want to overeat, and I'm satisfied and I can move on with my day. And no, you don't need to do something to artificially try to stop yourself from eating, but you need to keep feeding yourself enough food, stop all restrictions, challenge your food rules, add back in all the foods you have been restricting, give your body rest and time, be consistent with this. Work on also getting rid of this diet mentality, work on your body image. Everything actually I describe in my book, so if you want to know more, please check out my book. And then you will absolutely restore your normal hunger cues and are able to eat when hungry and stop when full without much effort. And the last question for this video is that I try to eat intuitively, but why it's not working for me? Many people feel that intuitive eating for some reason is not working for them, and there could be a few reasons for that. And most people who come to intuitive eating, they don't consider that first they have to go through something called recovery. And it doesn't matter if we're talking about the eating salt recovery or talking about just recovering from diets and restriction. To me, it's pretty much like the same thing. Recovery means that you have to heal your body like physically from all the diets and restrictions, and also like mentally from all this like diet mentality. On a physical level, to restore your metabolism, normalize your hormones, your digestion, overcoming any like the starvation symptoms such as like getting back your period or maybe feeling cold all the time. You have to go through this refeeding phase when you restore your body's energy balance, because when you come from restriction, your body is not in energy balance, it's in some form of energy debt. And from that point, eating when hungry, stopping when full is just not possible. First you need to recover and restore your body and its functions, and also recover mentally from all this diet mentality and good and bad foods mindset and the healthy and unhealthy foods. And we have so many limiting beliefs and guilt and shame around food. And also we have to get rid of this external like weight focus and focusing on the number on a scale, because as long as you're focusing on something external like how your body looks or the number on a scale, you're not able to focus on something internal, like listening to your body cues to guide you how to eat. So I hope you understand how recovery is essential stage before you get to intuitive eating. And the second common thing why intuitive eating is not working for some people is that they approach intuitive eating as this like hunger and fullness diet. They take intuitive eating and they just hear the eat when hungry, stop when full, or eat by some like hunger scale. But this is not all the intuitive eating is about. As I said before, there are so many different stages and levels to intuitive eating. It's not just about the eat when hungry, stop when full. If we're just taking the eat when hungry and stop when full part from the intuitive eating, it becomes like another way to control our food. And for so many people who do it, they rather focus on the idea that, oh, if I no longer overeat, if I'm able to eat perfectly, stop and full, then maybe I will lose weight. So very often behind that mindset is still the focus on hoping to lose weight. But that is not intuitive eating, that is another diet. This is why I call it the hunger and fullness diet. And if you want to learn more about the why intuitive eating is still not working for you, I have a whole another video about this, so you can watch that and I will link it down below. So this is it for today's video. And if you haven't seen the last week's video where I answer more questions about intuitive eating, then make sure to check out that as well. And come follow me on Instagram because I post more content there. And like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!